That's my little Margie. I've been both mother and father to her since she was born. She's grown up now, and you think my job's all done, eh? Well, that's what you think. When she was little, I could spank her and make her mind me. I had control over her. I made her eat her spinach, no candy before meals. And when she disobeyed, I took her roller skates away for a week. But what can you do when a girl reaches this age? She's completely out of hand. I've got a problem, believe me. I've got a problem.
That's my father. I've raised him from childhood. That is, my childhood. He's nearly 50 now, and you'd think he'd settle down, wouldn't you? Well, that's what you think. Today, he looks better in shorts on a tennis court than fellas 25. Girls wink at him, and what's worse, he winks back at them. I want a nice, old, comfortable father. I try to look after him, but he just won't settle down. I've got a problem, believe me, I've got a problem.
This is just fine. I come over to ask you an important question, and you use me to practice your civil defense routines.
Tell me one thing that's more important than civil defense.
Margie, there comes a time in every young man's life
Freddie, are you proposing again?
Yeah. Oh, come on, Margie, what do you say?
I've told you a dozen times I'm not ready for marriage.
Well, then why do you keep leading me on?
Who's leading you on?
Well, we're going steady, aren't we?
You may be going steady with me, but I'm dating at least 5 other fellas.
I know. My father says I'm a dope. Sometimes I agree with him. Other times I agree with my mother. She says I'm a nitwit.
Margie. Yes, Mrs. Odetts. You can take it off now.
Margie, I just got this radiogram from the boat. He'll be here tomorrow morning.
Who'll be here?
Oh, Freddie, I thought Margie was alone.
As far as she's concerned, she is. I've been turned down just once too often. I'm walking out of your life for good. I'll see you tonight.
Now, what's this about some he who'll be here?
Now, take it easy, dear. You've got out of lots worse jams than this.
Mrs. Odetts, knowing you as I do, in fear and trembling, I ask, what have you done now?
I only did what lots of patriotic girls are doing. I read that our boys in the service wanted letters, and these are the answers I got from Lieutenant Howard Allen. He's in the Navy.
What's that got to do with me?
Oh, not so much, really. It's just that I signed my letters with your name and sent him your picture.
You signed my name and sent my picture?
Honey, I couldn't send him my picture. We're supposed to build the boys' morale, not beat it to death. Margie, all I'm asking you to do is date him when he gets here.
Oh, Mrs. Odetts, I couldn't possibly. He'd be sure to find out. I don't even know what you two wrote about.
You can skim through these and bone yourself up.
Oh, so that's how you worked it. My name and your apartment number. My dearest, Dearest!
He's mad about me. I mean, you.
My dearest Margie, I am so looking forward to our first dinner together. I never could stand creamed artichokes, but since your letter, I forced myself to develop a taste for them. Artichokes?
I'm crazy about them.
Well, I can't stand them. I've read your last letter over and over again where you said, my fireplace glows brightly, but there is no warmth. Nothing but cold, the coldness of being alone. But soon you will be here, and I won't be cold anymore. What did you tell him I am, a hot water bottle?
Circulation, and I was cold that night.
Mrs. Odetts, you've done some weird things, but this... Margie, when you wrote that my letters made your heart beat wildly like a helpless leaf in a tropical hurricane... Patriotism's patriotism, but... Betsy Ross couldn't live up to this.
I didn't expect him to show up. I just wanted to brighten his life a little. When he comes, I'll just tell the truth and break the poor boy's heart.
Oh, wait a minute, Mrs. Odetts. I'm sorry you started it, but maybe it wouldn't be right to disappoint him entirely.
Oh, Margie, I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Let me see another one of those letters.
Read it out loud, Howard.
You Marine flyers are only passengers on this ship. You get too nosy and I'll make you swim back to what's left of that plane of yours.
Oh, come on, Howard. Just a couple of lines.
This is one time I don't want any competition.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm all sewed up this trip with a real honey. Tomorrow I'll see her. The most beautiful girl in the world.
I'll bet my girl's just as pretty as yours.
Oh, yeah? Let's see her.
Sorry, friend. This is one girl who's top secret.
I'm going to walk in tomorrow and surprise mine.
I sent mine a radiogram. I knew she'd want it that way.
I figure my girl's the kind who'd get a kick out of being surprised.
Girls are different, I guess.
Yeah, but ours got one thing in common. They're both the most beautiful girl in the world.
Really, Dad, it can't cause any trouble.
I just think it's ridiculous. And don't tell me I'm being unpatriotic again.
Well, it'll only be for a couple of days. I'll find a way of getting rid of him without hurting his feelings.
I'm not going to argue anymore. Now, if anything goes wrong, don't come running to me. I'm going to shave.
Good morning. You must be Cuddles. My new Lieutenant Howard Allen.
That's right, Mrs. Albright. Is Margie in?
Margie's told me so much about you, Lieutenant. But I'm not her mother. I'm just her neighbor. Margie and her father have moved just across the hall.
Oh, I see. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, Margie.
Hello, Howard. Come in.
You said you always wanted one.
You got one for me? Oh, I've wanted one for such a long time. At last, my dragon tablecloth.
No, Margie. It's a kimono.
Oh, my kimono. I must have forgotten to write you about the dragon tablecloth. Won't you sit down?
Oh, I have something else for you, Margie.
Something else? What is it? Oh, boy, artichokes. I can truthfully say you're the first boy who ever brought me artichokes.
Margie?
Yes?
Margie, you forgot something. You haven't called me... Well, you said you'd like to call me... Well, remember, Margie?
Yes, I said I'd like to call you... Now, what was that?
I guess you're so excited about meeting me face to face, you've forgotten. It was Cuddles.
Cuddles? Oh, yes, Cuddles. Hello, Cuddles.
Hello, bunny girl. Don't you remember? I said I'd like to call you Bunny Girl.
Howard, let's just think of one another as Bunny Girl and Cuddles, and we'll call each other Margie and Howard, okay?
Okay, Margie. Margie?
Yes?
This last letter of yours. I cherish this one above all the others. Remember what you said.
Well, not all of it. Let me refresh my memory.
No, I'll read it to you. I love to read it. My darling Howard, as I read your letter in the gloom of my lonesome abode last night, your words, let's make the two of us one. Howard, those words will stay with me forever. And someday, Howard, if we should ever meet face to face, I will give you my answer. What is your answer, Margie?
Oh, Howard, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm all mixed up. I need help. I mean, I want you to meet my father. I'll go get him. Holy mackerel. Dad! SOS! Help!
Honey, what's the matter?
He wants an answer.
Huh? Oh, you mean the lieutenant? He's here.
He's here all right, but I'm happy just being me. I don't want to make the two of us one.
What? You mean he
Oh, Dad, what can I do?
What I told you to do in the first place. We'll get Mrs. Odetts over here to explain the whole thing. Come on.
Oh, no, Dad, we can't do that. Why, that poor guy, he's so sincere. It'd really break his heart now.
I told you you'd only complicate things.
Come in and meet him. He's as gentle as a lamb. You'll see what I mean.
Marge! I beg your pardon.
Well, that's the best mistake of the year.
I'm awfully sorry, ma'am.
That's quite all right. Oh, dear me. Did you send me, Margie Albright, a picture?
Oh, Margie showed it to you, huh?
You're Ralph? Lieutenant Ralph Brooks?
That's your service, ma'am. Is Margie in?
No, she's moved away.
Moved away? Oh, no. Well, maybe you can help me find out where she moved to. Look, ma'am, I've only got 48 hours here, and I've just got to see Margie. Please.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
Cigarette, Lieutenant?
Thanks. And let's forget the formality, sir. Just call me Howard. There may be a close tie between us before long.
Excuse me. Hello?
Oh, Margie, dear, you remember that nice lieutenant you were corresponding with? Well, he's arrived.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
Yes, dear, Lieutenant Ralph Brooks, the Marine flyer. He's right here now.
Repeat that, please. That's what I thought you said.
He was so disappointed when I told him you'd moved. If you'll give me your new address, I'll send him right over.
Don't you dare!
Well, what's her address?
Dad, would you come with me, please? It's that troublesome milkman again.
Milkman? Oh, yes, Howard. Would you excuse us, please?
Well, certainly, Mr. Albright.
Now what is it?
Another member of Mrs. Odetts Anonymous.
Oh, you were so smart. Nothing could go wrong. Well, I think I'm going to enjoy this.
Margie! Oh, I hope you aren't... I've been looking forward to meeting Margie so much.
Oh, that's quite all right. Now what do we do?
Well, first, Margie, I think you ought to introduce me to your dad.
Oh, yes. Dad, this is Lieutenant Ralph.
Tell him my last name.
Your last name?
Uh-huh.
Let's divide it up. I introduced you by your first name. You introduce yourself by your last name.
Character, just like your letters. Ralph Brooks, sir.
Nice to meet you, Ralph.
Come on in.
Well, I got it for you, Margie.
Oh, Daddy got it for me.
Well, good.
My kimono. Oh, thanks, Ralph.
I have to finish getting ready for work. See you later, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant?
Gee, Margie, I'm just crazy about you. I haven't thought about anything else for months. What's your answer?
Holy mackerel.
Holy mackerel?
I just remembered. I left the water running in the bathtub. I'll be right back. Tight schedule. Double holy mackerel. Dad! Dad! Oh, Dad!
Now what?
It's a double header. He wants an answer, too.
Why, you old bigamist.
Well, what'll I do?
It's your party. I hate to repeat myself, but there's only one simple answer, and that's to tell the truth.
Wait, there's a better way. I'll just tell them I wrote to both of them. They'll be so disgusted with me, they'll never want to see me again. But I don't want Ralph to leave. He's awfully cute. All right, I'll give them both up. Let's go.
Well, keep your chin up.
Ralph, I want you to meet someone. Another fellow I've been writing to.
Another fella?
I insisted that she tell you the truth.
Well, from your letters, I didn't think I had any competition. What are you doing here?
You know each other?
He came over in my ship. It's not your ship. It belongs to the government.
Fellas, I have a confession to make. I wrote to both of you.
She certainly did. Same kind of letters, too.
Oh, I get it.
You do? What do you get?
What you're driving at. Howard, my boy, our Margie finds herself in a position where she's got to make a choice. Well, you fell for both of us through our letters. Now you've got to make a choice. Gee, Margie, I think you're one of the most straightforward, honest girls I've ever known. Well, start choosing, Margie.
I can't. It's too difficult a decision to make without a lot of careful thought. Be back in a minute. Dad, conference.
Excuse us, boys. Now what?
Come on.
Oh, baby, I'd like to help you, but I've got to get to the office.
Oh, Dad, you can't leave me in a spot like this. What'll I do? Please, Dad.
Well, suppose I get you out of it this time. Will you solemnly promise to listen to your old man the next time you get one of these brainstorms?
Anything you say, Dad, I promise.
Okay. Have them over for dinner tonight, to make your choice. In the meantime, get a hold of Freddie. His sister has 2 children, hasn't she?
Yes, why?
Well, I'll get to that in just a second. After you get a hold of Freddie, get a hold of Mrs. Odetts. She'll cooperate or I'll have her in court.
What are we going to do?
Well, first, while we're having dinner...
Please?
Thank you.
For you.
Thank you.
Dad?
Oh, boy, am I starved. Ha.
Okay, fellas, dig in. Everything okay, fellas?
Oh, wonderful.
She's improving all the time. You can hardly eat the stuff she used to cook.
Really something.
What is it?
Who knows? We bought a second-hand deep freeze a few years ago, and this was in the bottom.
Margie!
Can I help, Mr. Albright?
Well, Margie, something's wrong with your father.
Eat your dinner. Please, sit down.
Margie, my medicine.
You know where it is. If I humored him once, he'd want to be waited on all the time. Father, come back and close the door. Eat up, boys. When this is gone, there's plenty more in the kitchen.
Nice dinner, Margie.
Yeah.
Thanks, fellas.
Margie, your father. He's gone.
Well, let's not dramatize it, boys. After all, he's almost 50. You gotta face these things. Here today and gone tomorrow. That's what I always say.
Sure, Margie. But Margie, hadn't we maybe ought to call a doctor?
Are you kidding? We've got a budget. He's already used up his medical allowance. I'll turn on some music and let's dance, huh?
Margie,
Yes, Mrs. Odetts?
my cat has had her kittens, and, well, you always do it for me. I just can't do it myself.
Oh, sure, Mrs. Odetts. If you'll excuse me just a minute. Can't have a lot of kittens running around. Have you got the tub filled with water?
The water's all ready.
Be right back, fellas.
She never wrote anything about what she's going to do to those kittens.
She never wrote anything about the way she treats her father, either.
I wonder if he's dead.
Still beating.
I'm glad of that, but it's awful weak.
Morgan. I can't believe she's the same girl who wrote those letters.
How many times must I tell you not to bother me?
Please, Margie, we need you. I need you. The children need you. Please come back to me.
No, I'll never come back.
Please, Mommy, we love you.
Speak when you're spoken to.
Mommy, Daddy's out at work and we can't afford covers for our little cold bodies.
Sorry for the interruptions, fellas. Tell you what, both of you come back for breakfast tomorrow morning and I'll give you my answer.
Sure, Margie, tomorrow morning.
Sure.
Ralph, I've reached a decision. I'm calling the whole thing off between Margie and myself.
Good for you. I'm doing the same thing.
Morning, boys. Come on in.
Margie, we reached a decision.
We certainly have.
Oh, wait a second while I get rid of something. Okay, bring him out.
Goodbye, Margie.
Go on. Hey, you signed your will?
Oh, yes, Margie. You get everything.
Okay, take him away. What's on your mind, boys?
Margie, we're through with you. You aren't the girl we thought you were.
In shortness, all right. Goodbye.
Cheer up, baby. Cheer up.
Ralph's gone.
It couldn't have been done any other way, dear.
Hi, Mr. Albright. Glad to see you pulled through.
Oh, thanks, Lieutenant.
Hi, Margie, you cruel, cruel girl, you. I had a little chat with Mrs. Odetts last night. What a character.
She sure is.
I mean you.
Hey, what's the idea?
Oh, Freddie, isn't it wonderful? Everything turned out just fine.
Not from where I'm standing, it didn't.
Come on,
Here she is.